What's going on, everybody? It has been a very, very long time. This video is way long overdue, but we're here, we're doing it. So quick updates. After the last time trial that I did, workload increased. So there was a lot of grading that had occurred and a lot of things were going on. It was a bit of a rough semester this semester. And I think part of it is just it's a full year, academic year, where we've been back in person since COVID hit. But with that, it's a lot of time editing these videos and then capturing the footage and, a 20-minute video, a lot of time. So for those of you that have ever done any type of video editing, it can become cumbersome. But one of my goals and objectives is to cut all of this down, for two reasons. One, save myself some time in some of the editing process to about like 5-7 minutes, which is also about where most of you all stop watching, is the 5-7 minute mark. So we'll just make some short videos and just call it a day. But anyways, I've still been running since the trial. Even though I had a pretty hard workload, I was still running pretty regularly. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've had some pretty good progressions, but at one point, with all the stress, with all the workload, lack of recovery, lack of sleep, I ended up getting a cold. And so I was out for about 4 or 5 days. When I get sick, it gets pretty bad. I don't get sick often. This is actually my first time getting sick since I think like 2019 was the last time that I gotten sick. And it was pretty bad. It wasn't the worst I ever had, but it was pretty brutal. And then at around day 5 or day 6, I started feeling a little better, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for an easy run. It was literally just like 20 minutes, and it was like the hardest run of my life, it felt. And turned out, I ended up having acute bronchitis. And only reason I found that out was because the symptoms that I had, the last time that I had it, I went into urgent care, ended up with pneumonia. So I did not want that same thing to happen. So pulled myself into urgent care. I don't like going to the doctor. I'm sure many of you don't also. So that was actually a big step for me to actually do that. So that was like another, 8 or 9 days that I was out. So it was like a total of 2 weeks of little to no running and activity. I think I did go into the gym a few times during that time, but it was still just a lot of things that I had to do, a lot of tasks that needed to be done at work. And so I did not, making the time to capture my stuff and then edit it was just really on the back burner, and I just wanted to get through the rest of the semester. And then about a few weeks ago, some personal things came up, and I was just not in a good headspace. I was kind of in a dark place. I was not really eating too well, not sleeping very well. About a month or two ago, I actually experienced my first anxiety attack, which I thought I was having an asthma attack, and that was kind of brutal. I remember talking to my fiance and explaining to her, like, dude, like, this is what just happened, and she's just all like, bruh, you had an anxiety attack. And I was like, what? No. So that was kind of like a double-edged sword, because I don't know if any of you ever had that, but then you get more anxious because you're kind of anticipating, like, crap, what's going to trigger this, right? Or is it going to happen again? And so I was just kind of like on this roller coaster ride of emotions. And so, yeah, it's been a rough few weeks. The last 2 weeks, I've actually not run at all. Like I said, I was sleeping late for no reason. I was waking up late. I had no motivation, some anxiety. Work was tough this semester. It kind of beat me mentally. Physically, not as much. The most physical part of the semester has just been trying to keeping up with the training. But it was I felt pretty taxed this semester. And I've had my experiences with mental health, or bad mental health, or whatever you want to call it. I've had my depressive episodes. I go through these waves of being in a all-time low, and then coming up a little bit, feeling a little bit better. And the last few years I've been kind of struggling with this, and I have kind of refrained or been reluctant to go see a therapist, because the first time that I saw a therapist was not a good experience. It was but I finally decided to do it, and so I had my first session last week, and it went really, really well, actually. And I'm feeling better. I think today was a testament to me finally starting to feel more like myself. The last couple days I've been going to sleep early. I've been waking up early. I've been doing my bedtime routine, doing my morning routines. And a good example of what I've been going through these last few weeks has been like, yesterday I went to the gym and I had some unilateral work, doing some lunges, and my hamstring was on fire. My ass was on fire, like it was work. And so I woke up this morning, ready to go to do a workout. I had 300-meter repeats, and I woke up like, oh my God, I feel like my legs are gonna fall off. And for like every day for the last few weeks, if I had felt that in the morning, I would not go. Like I would not find the energy to get up, get my ass out of bed, and just go do what I needed to do. In the past, I know that, if I felt a little sore, like I would still get up, start moving around, and then I'd start to say, okay, I feel pretty good. It's just, obviously when you first wake up, you've been laying down, you've been in one, or, if you move around in bed, but for the most part, you've been in one position for the last 8 hours. And so you're bound to be a little bit more sore when you first wake up. And so it was just getting my head around that, like, no, if you get up and go, you're gonna feel better. But every day the last few weeks, it's just been, I'm gonna go back to sleep and I'll feel better after I sleep. And so today I got up, made myself my coffee, had my breakfast, did my morning routine, did the Theragun, rolling, and I got through the workout. Mind you, I didn't complete the full workout. The goal was 15-minute warm up, do my dynamics. We're gonna do 8 300s starting at 54, drop down to 48 with a 300-meter jog, cool down, preface the 300s with some strides, cool down, and then roll and stretch and whatnot. I only did 6 of the 8, but that's, I think, because I honestly aerobically could not handle it. I was pretty gassed out. The first 2 reps were pretty rough. I think I was still a little bit sore, but after that, I was actually getting some good turnovers, feeling pretty good. But I'm honestly super proud of completing the workout and getting it all done, because I've not done that in such a long time. And so I think the main takeaway here is, it's okay to not be okay. My fiance actually told me that. I was talking to her, I think I was driving home from work, and just kind of expressing everything. That's another thing that I don't do. I don't really share my emotions. I kind of just bottle it all up. It's my problems, I'll deal with them. And so, I was just, expressing to her, and, she said that to me, and it was one of those things where I tell it to other people. I talk about self-care is number one and all of this, and it's just kind of like practicing what you preach. And so that is really my focus this summer, is to focus on me, and it is okay to not be okay. And the last couple months has just felt like sometimes I take 1 step forward, take 3 steps back, then take five steps forward, 2 steps back. But in the end, I still overall was 1 step ahead of where I was prior. Although it's many progressions and little progress, it's still progress. Little progress is better than no progress. And even if you feel like you aren't making progress right now, at some point, it's kind of having that confidence that you're eventually gonna advance enough steps where you are gonna be ahead of where you were before. I always say, respect the process, stay the course, and of course, hopefully you said it, run happy. So that's it for today. Just wanted to give you an update, but I will see you all next time. Peace.